Welcome to Revive News. I'm your host, Letty. I'm honored to present to some and introduce to others Danny Lamar, the host of what is becoming one of the hottest open mics, Flow and Tell.
What's up? Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up? Everybody, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Danny Lamar has hosted 4 very successful events. The last one was this past Thursday, January 7th, 2016. I am very pleased to say that I was in attendance and was excited from all the diverse performances. Danny Lamar, welcome.
Well, thanks for having me on Revive News.
I would like for you right now to give us a little bit of history about yourself.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, in my 30s, I started life in Detroit, Michigan, born and raised. Went to school, did the normal child thing in Detroit. Moved on after high school to the U.S. Navy. I did 4 years in Uncle Sam's Navy as a navigator, basically. Once me and Uncle Sam parted ways, I figured now it's time for me to find a career, something I like to do. I always had a knack for making people laugh or finding humor in a lot of situations, so that's what we decided, or I decided was going to be my path, was stand-up comedy. Okay. So coincidentally, I moved to New York City just to start, life as a comedian. And here we are, some years later.
The audience member, this is an open mic for you. This is the perfect place for you to be. I ain't never been to a show before. Let me go be an audience member at the open mic. I learned when to clap, to laugh.
Okay, that's great. Well, thank you. We're welcoming you into New York.
Hey, New York.
Claiming you as our own. I would also like for you to give the public an idea of where the idea for Flow and Tell came from. Like, how did it start?
Well, I followed Gandhi's advice by be the change you want to see.
Okay.
And in my journey, starting out as a comedian, a stand-up comic in New York City, I ran into a lot of resistance. I noticed there were a lot of cliques or groups of individuals that, hung out together. And if you weren't part of that clique, it was kind of difficult for you to get stage time. A lot of the other mics that I was frequenting a lot when I first started comedy in New York, there's certain stipulations you have to do to get stage time. They might ask you to stand out in the cold in Times Square to sell tickets, and they may give you stage time. Or, so I just got tired of what I thought was a rat race, and eventually I said, I want to help develop an environment where people can come perform where they don't have to worry about cliques and they don't have to worry about bringing a bringer show where you have to bring a bunch of people in order to get stage time. You just come to Flow and Tell and you sign up and you perform.
About 7, head off for work. Came home and shorty in the skirt. She's like, just fun, what you gonna do? I'm like, let me.
Okay. Can you give the public an idea of what a night at Flow and Tell is like? Like, give an idea about some of the performances, set the scene.
Yeah.
As an audience member coming in.
As an audience member, you already entertained, because prior to Flow and Tell, we start a promotional pitch where we reach out to a lot of people that we're familiar with in this circuit of performing, whether it's open mic or if we're at live shows, paid performances or whatnot. We're already reaching out to people with flyers or networking to gather an audience at Flow and Tell, and also soliciting for performers as well. So you've already been contacted by someone from Makeshift to get you at the Flow and Tell night. And the contact that we send you, we already got pictures from the previous event, so you already get a sort of a visual idea. I believe the last show we even produced like a PSA for on air for radio. So you might have heard something about Flow and Tell, or you saw something, so you already got an idea of what you're walking into. When you get to the venue on 388 Atlantic Avenue, the name of the place is the Commons. It's a beautiful venue. It's set as it's a cafe, but they have a stage area in the back, and that's where we set up shop every first Thursday.
Yeah.
So you walk in, and if you're performing, we ask you to sign up. Hopefully, you can get a drink or something from the bar, and then showtime is 7 p.m. Now here's the setting though. The Commons is beautiful. It's set. The stage area is set for exactly what we're doing. There's other things could be done at the Commons, but when we do Flow and Tell Thursdays, everybody who comes is gonna have a thoroughly good time.
Excellent. I know I did. I enjoyed myself.
Yes, sir. Come on. Yes, sir.
Good. I'm glad.
What types of performances would you like to see more of personally?
I'm a big fan of magic. I like magic shows. If I could go to a magic show, but I'd have to be amazed. Like, I'm not going to go to a magic show and I know how to do the tricks and feel like, oh, that was a good show. I want to go to a magic show where I feel like, wow, they really put forth an effort to do something new, exciting, or different. I'm a fan of plenty of genres of entertainment, but I'm really into magic.
Because I know a lot of times when people hear open mic, they mostly think of music. But yours is basically a setting for what it actually is, an open mic.
So dear son, even though you watched me get taken away with simple bangles, not the ones that I want to keep, that even though they were taken off of me, there's still a memory wrapped around my wrist.
Glad you said that. 'Cause
Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Sure. The thing about open mics is oftentimes you find that they're restricted or they're limited. So it's not really, as the title would suggest, an open mic. Sometimes you go to a comedy open mic and it's strictly stand-up comedy. Or if you go to a music open mic, it's only music. Now, you can do what type of music you want to do, sure. But it's still hindered that as a comedian, as a stand-up comic, I can't go. It's difficult for me to go to a lot of quote-unquote open mics in the city and perform if comedy is what I'm bringing to the table. So what we decided to do with Flow and Tell was make it a variety mic, where whatever your talent is, you have a platform to display it.
The love will stay for eternity. Heaven sent to fulfill my needs.
The secret of friendship, sincerity. If you could learn to fake that, you got it made.
Me being stand-up comic, I'll host the event, and that'll. I think it makes a smooth transition for between acts as a comedic host, because if we have more musical acts than let's say poets, the comedic host is like sort of a balance in between. And we also have comedians. We're hoping to get some burlesque or maybe even a juggler. No chainsaws. Don't bring chainsaws if you're gonna juggle.
Okay. So, can you tell us what can we expect in the future, or any
Without giving
new
away
plans? Not too much,
Yeah,
but give
we
us
got-
a little hint, a
we
little
got some
something.
secrets up our sleeve we working on. We want to get more interactive with the artists and the audience that we are building. We want the artists. I noticed on the 7th there was a lot of people taking pictures and video and whatnot. We're looking to consolidate a lot of that material in one place so that the artist and the audience can have we can put together a catalog online or maybe like a cloud page or something like that. We got some other ideas, but I don't want to spill too many beans right now. We are, though, in talks with a local radio station, 99.5 FM. Hopefully, they'll jump on board and we can do at least an hour live broadcast of the open mic. So that's something
Okay.
we're working out some details.
And what
on
station is that again?
That's WBAI in New York, 99.5 FM. And they're on the web as well, WBAI.org. You can also listen in there.
And where do people go to contact if they want to get some information about Flow and Tell, or if they want to contact
Okay.
you for hosting events? Or
I have an email address that I normally work with, telephones and stuff like that. That's not really me. My email address is Danny Lamar, that's DANILAMAR, @live.com. That's the best way to contact me. I check my email almost daily. Or you can reach me. I got a Facebook page, same name, Danny Lamar. We're putting together, we're doing some things musically. We have a few contact sites as far as SoundCloud, and another Facebook page. You can search for us, Makeshift Studios, either on SoundCloud or Facebook. So that's ways to get in contact with me. And also, it evades me right now, so there's a few more places, yeah.
Okay, well, you gave us a good amount of information. When will the next Flow and Tell be? And
Well, every first Thursday.
okay.
Every first Thursday. So the next one is February the 4th.
Excellent. And it's located, where is it going to be at again?
The Commons Cafe. That's on 388 Atlantic Avenue in downtown Brooklyn. It's pretty much any train will get you there. They near the Barclays Center. Maybe about a 4-block walk past the Barclays Center. If you know downtown Brooklyn, pretty much any train can or bus going that way will drop you off in walking distance.
Excellent.
And we start now. Sign up begins at 5:30.
Okay.
And the open mic will actually start at 7 p.m.
And how long does it go for?
Typically, we go for 2.5, maybe 3 hours. If we run out of room or if we run out of time, we'll do our best to accommodate everyone to get on. If not, if by chance there's a few acts who didn't get to perform, you're top of the list for the next open mic.
Excellent. Well, Danny,
Yes.
it was a pleasure having this interview with
Madam
you.
Lenny, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Revive News is all about positive news. Next week, we will keep you updated and let you know what's going on with Flow and Tell. We have some other issues and topics that we'll be discussing. Stay tuned, stay positive, and travel safely.
Bye.